Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're joining us now. I see a few people are watching. Send out the link there. We've got Bahrain VRL. We just finished with SLR Tier 3, and it was a race of attrition, but we've got another race, this time in the desert. And joining me to call this one is Icewind.
Hi Chief, and hi everybody on the stream. Welcome.
Yeah, yes, very much welcome to the stream. We've joined us with 12 minutes 42 seconds left to qualify, and the guys are out. A lot of guys out on hard tires at the moment. A few on soft. We've got a keyboard magazine P1 128.6 on the soft tire. A few new names on the board as well, and I see Blessed, a familiar name to us. Blessed and Pixel actually from 2SRL have joined this one. So yeah, interested to see how they do against the VRL boys.
Yep. So I'm not at all surprised to see so many people on the hards out there because that's definitely the preferred strategy to go out on hards and then or start on hard or medium depending on where you start, I guess. But that's the better strategy on this track, definitely, unless you're compromised or you are forced to do a two-stop or something. But otherwise, it's a medium to hard or a hard to medium.
Julian in chat says hola amigos, so buongiorno or whatever is hello in whatever language you're speaking. Yeah, so we've got two LOR guys I see here, Ron X and Keyboard Magazine. Keyboard Magazine, he often goes for these unusual strategies, so looks like he's opting for one today as well.
Yeah, and I think that Keyboard Magazine is gonna do a two-stop here because we had a word on the weekend when we actually had this race in SLR and 2SRL, and he tried a one-stop here and he couldn't make it work, so he's probably gonna do a two-stop from I don't know, maybe the legendary shaking my head tactic as in soft, medium, hard. We'll see.
Yeah, and you just never know with I was going to say back, you never know with Bahrain. You never know with any track, really. I mean, the safety car can come out at any point and really bring you right back into a race when you feel like all hope is lost.
Yep.
But Luca here is the fastest currently on the hard tire. Is he on
pretty good
lap?
lap time?
Yeah, it looks like he's still on it. He's in overtake at the minute, flying up this back straight, and yeah, it's a great track. This here, you know, it's one that divides the drivers, but I would say most drivers have a bit of an affinity to this track. I'd be one of them. Didn't used to like it, but I don't know. It kind of.
I think it usually provides for good racing anyway.
Yes.
It's definitely one of the things, and you can actually overtake on this track stuff. So and Luca is gonna cross the line and actually improve. So 29 flat on those hard tires.
Yeah, marginally better there. Not able to break into the 128s just yet, but yeah, that's a pretty fast lap considering Keyboard Magazine set a 128.6 on softs.
Yep, and I'm definitely expecting to see, let's say, mid 27s to high 27s on the mediums once the fast boys get out on those tires.
Yeah, and I'm with Ron X at the minute. He's 0.5 down on his time, so he's definitely not going to beat his P3 time at the moment.
Yeah, and he's in, I think he's going to pit. He's in ERS mode 0 at the moment. Yeah, he's going to dive into the pits, I think. So just in that racer is actually the first guy to head out on the medium tires. It's a little bit early, I think, for that, but he's chosen to do it already, so we'll see what he can manage. He's got a 29.4 on the board with, I think that's with the hard tire, yeah. So he's the first out to show us what can be done on those mediums today. Personally, I did a 27.7, I think, in 2SRL. And the pole was something like 27.4 or whatever it was. So
it's kind of interesting. I'm seeing a few guys here with a few laps on these hards, so
yeah, it's basically just what you do. That's what I noticed with if I was looking at Copy and Jensen, for example, doing this in the SLR race. So they just go out with a little bit more fuel and do a couple of runs on those hards, because you kind of don't really want to go on the softs unless you want to compromise your strategy. So that's what they do. They're just killing time. So you get another set of fresh hards anyway for the race. So that's the thing. So Justin starts his medium lap down this new DRS zone for this year, and up to sector split 1, and he's 3/10 up. So that's the difference on those mediums, and he runs really wide there. I wonder if that was an invalidation, but I think it was because he's gone down to 0 ERS. So it's run a little bit wide on the exit of that curve, as Keyboard Magnussen actually improved his time to 28.2. So Justin abandons his lap for now. Wonder if he's just gonna charge up and try and do another one. Do we have any way of knowing how much fuel they're carrying? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we can access that information. And
I see like just 3.5 on the wheel, but I don't know if that's right. Maybe it is. So I think he had, if that's right, he has fuel for another lap.
I'm just riding on board here with Pixel as he makes his way around the final corner and opens up DRS and crosses the start-finish line. That puts the time on the board at 1:29.2. Not bad lap from Pixel. Puts himself in
very
P5.
close. Very close up there. See three guys within 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, that should give him a good starting position. He might get pushed out. It depends on these other guys are putting on mediums, and see a few soft tire runners as well. So
Danny's already done 5 laps on those mediums. He's 5/10 up on his time though, Danico, and on the final sector. And Danny is looking to set the better lap on those hards. I think they're going to be quite boring at this point though, because he's already on 5 laps on them. But we'll see. He's gonna cross the line. DRS wide open and 28.9 on those hards. Pretty good.
Not bad. This man has had some gammon tonight, I tell you.
Yep.
28.9. So there we see the first hard runner in the 28s.
Just quick look back on the season opener last week, where we had only 8 people finish the race because we had a big accident on lap 1 where we already lost like 3 people, I think, or something like that. And Danico was one of the guys who was involved in that accident, but he what's the word, stuck with it and finished P5 at the end. So our championship leader, actually, Light Cruiser, is not here today. I don't know if you had a word with Ruben, but he's apparently not racing. I unfortunately didn't have time to chat with him, so I don't know. Maybe he's just busy tonight.
Yeah, he's just taking a break from all the wins, you know.
Yeah, I mean, two wins in a row here. Season finale and season opener. But our man in position 2, who tragically lost his win last week by spinning from a very convincing lead. Vexation is here today, and he is also out on those mediums. But I think he's also invalidated his first lap because he's going very slow. So
we've got a Merc in the pole position. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, Justin, that racer set a lap time, and he apparently also retired straight away. 28.2 with 1 millisecond faster than Keyboard Magnussen. 297 versus 298 on the milliseconds, yeah.
Yeah, Keyboard Magnussen's back out on soft tires, fresh set of softs. I wonder how many he's got then for the race, those softs, if he's going to do a 2-stop. It'd be soft, medium, medium, would it, yeah?
Yeah, I guess so. Why can't I view Danico's car? Let's see. Can you look at his car? Oh no, he's in the pits, never mind, so that's why not. Slugging out from me, some strangely way it just like kept jumping off his car. I couldn't look at it. Oh well. So what's happening here? Luca at least on a flyer here, and he's 6/10 up on his time. So Luca looking to take provisional pole here if he can pull this last 2 corners together. In the meanwhile, Cursed, aka Blessed, in this race has set a time for the 3rd spot on the grid at the moment. Good job by him. And Luca goes 3rd. Just under a 10th from the lead, so it's very, very, very close.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Keeper Magnussen though is going to have something to say about this pole position. Just needs to hook it up, and he's on a charge at the minute. He's got the fuel ERS in hot lap mode, and gets a good line for the chicane there. It's so easy to get that wrong. Oh, he does lock up a little bit there, but not bad. He kind of, yeah, bit of drift there, but he controlled it, and into the corkscrew, hard braking zone. Tight left and then straight onto the back straight. DRS open, ERS on hot lap still, and it's all about just picking your braking points for these kind of long winding corners.
Vexation ahead of him, 1.2 seconds up on his time, so he's about to blitz up the field, but yeah.
Yeah, Keeper Magnussen was 0.2 down on his time there. So he has worked it in his final sector.
And Vexation goes provisional pole 28-1. And Keeper Magnussen still 1/10 down, right? So see what he can do. He does not improve. So KB Mag stays at P3. And do we still have somebody out there who's going to go for a fire? So Luca is at least starting another lap here. And Danico ahead of him on track. Tackles turn 1. Trying to get that good exit out of turn 1 onto the DRS straight. Brakes just about the 100-meter marker. Keep it nice and tidy and keep your rear in check. Onward to split 1, and why is it saying that Danny is on an outlap for me? It's definitely not. Sorry, my looks like my splits are somehow bugged.
It says the same for me, yeah, but I think he's definitely on a hot lap here, yeah.
Yeah, 28.4 on his. So he's just a 10th down on Vexation in that sector.
Les retired from the session. He's out currently in P6, but I think Danico is going to pit him here and push him down the order. He's got a bit of traffic ahead.
I would expect him to anyway.
Yeah, Keyboard gets out of the way and he's onto the last straight before the final corner. And he goes as far left as he can there, hits a bit of the curbs. It doesn't settle the car, as you can see. Had a bit of trouble getting the throttle down. But he goes across the line and he is P6.
It's not as quick times as I would have expected on these tires. Here Scary is still about to cross the line, and let's see what he can set here. 27.8, so that's more in the region that I would have expected here. So here Scary picks up that pole position, and I think there's nobody who can threaten him for now, unless is Kossi still on a lap? Kossi might still be on a lap here. Kossi at the moment in the very last spot on the grid, and he's 1.4 seconds up on his time. So Kossi definitely looking to improve some positions here. Might not be enough for pole, but we'll see. Into the final corner. Pretty nice exit to the main straight, and charge toward the line, DRS open. And he goes P5 with a 28.3. Yeah. So yeah, Kossi manages to get up from the last spot. He was actually last before that final run, so good job by him to get up there.
Yep, not a bad lap from him, but Danico was on a lap there, but this penultimate corner just got a wheel on the curb and it lost him a lot of time there on the exit. So he's backing out of this one, trying to just cool down the tires a bit, saving for the race, as he will start P8 on these mediums.
Yeah, and it's once again a very, very tight field. So Herskari may be a little bit apart from the field with into the 27s, but But the rest of the guys within a couple of tenths pretty much, I think. Yeah, so it's a very tight field all the way down to, I would say, P7, and then small gap to Danico, but I'm sure that Danico will be in the mix there. In the race.
Yep, so we got 15 drivers making up this grid, and just looking down the bottom there, did I see +5 grid penalty for speeds? Let's see why I got that. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I
didn't see.
Was about to look at the race director, but I didn't have time. Oh well. It is what it is.
Danny in chat saying such a bottle job, so yeah, he's not happy with his performance, but
yeah, his time wasn't maybe what I would have expected to see from him either, but we'll see. Danny is always strong in these races, so why do I have a car?
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna retire after the start.
Been there, done that.
Oh god.
At least you get a good view of the.
I don't even know what to keep because I'm on this other PC that doesn't have the wheel, so. Oh god. Do I have to like wait for the formation lap to be over to retire or what?
Yes, you do. So the cars are underway, weaving away, getting a bit of warmth into the tires. Let's have a look at that. Who is on what tire at the moment? So
yeah, I think you'll have to do the grid rundown because I'm in this car. So.
Yeah, certainly. We've got Hagrid in P1 now. As you know, I have a bad memory, but I do have like a vague recollection of him being very good in a previous race.
Yeah, he drove in Brazil at least.
That was a P2 by any chance?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he just missed out on the win. So let's see what he's got today. He's obviously got pace on this track, and he's got pole position. But Vexit is, going to keep him honest. We know Vexit is a very fast driver and very skilled. And he is in the Ferrari and P2. P3 we've got Justin That Racer. He is in the Mercedes, and he's another fast boy. In fact, I'll just cut the chase and say that most of these guys are fast boys. There's a few that we're unaware of. We know this guy in P16, Icewind, is a fast boy, but
on a keyboard without any assists.
He's on the keyboard. Speaking of keyboard, we've got Keyboard Magazine P4 then in the Force India. He's a fan favorite, as we always say. He's on the keyboard, and he does favor these alternate strategies. So it looks like he's going to go for a two-stop, the only one in the top 10 on soft tire. Kazi, season 1 champion, currently in P5, has been struggling a little bit this season. Didn't finish in Australia, and just qualifying P5 here. Pixel, familiar face and name, P6 in the Renault. Luca in P7, bit of a feisty driver, but he can be very fast on his day. And our boy Danny Coe in P8 in the Toro Rosso, and Grassy Joe's right behind him with Bascadino rounding out the top 10. And the rest of the grid made up by Blessed, aka Cursed, and Hedis Davis, LOR Ron X, It's Farad, Spade X, or Spade A, Spades, and our man Icewind at the back, keeping an eye on the action.
Yeah, let's see. I'll just try and retire as soon as possible. So at least I've got my right car. I'm in an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. Wimpy says keyboard Russian, but we've got the lights up, and let's get a good camera. Yeah, lights up, and away we go. And it's a good start. It's actually a bad start from Vexit. He gets mugged on the start finish, and Keyboard Magazine's past him, as is Justin That Racer. But Hagrid keeps the lead for now. I think there is carnage. Oh no. Yeah, there's two Ferraris and a bit of contact. I thought it was going to be a big pile up there, but actually they both survived that and are actually running P6 and P8 there, so not bad.
Oh, that's a big dive by the Red Bull, and he goes around, and there's a lot of damage there. So
yeah, I just caught the end of that. There was a lot of damage caught off ahead of Davis. Yeah, so early days, and he is already nursing front wing damage. So we'll have to Actually,
And,
I don't know if
and
he
there's a
is.
Williams up ahead as well, who has a half a front wing left.
And we've got Grassy Jokes with no front wing, so he will definitely
Oh,
have to pit. So there's quite a bit of carnage actually on the first lap here as just recollect ourselves here. Blessed is P9, so he did well out of that start. He's made up a few positions there, but Danny Co is up to P5. Vegs it down to P6 from P2. But Force India boys are 1-2 at the minute. We've got Keyboard Maxson P2, the Scary P1, but guess what? Season 1 champ is in P3 and looking feisty.
Yeah, that's a very good start by Cossi. Also, good start by Keyboard Magnussen, who went up from P4 to P2. So he's out on those soft tires, and we're gonna see him pit relatively soon into the race, I would expect.
Yeah, and Vegs makes a move on Danny Co without DRS, as we said. We're only on lap 2 now as they just crossed the line there. And Danny Co gets that position back. Unfortunately, the camera did not allow us to see that overtake, but yeah, it's side by side through turn 2, turn 3 for Danny Co, and Vegs it.
Luca into the wall at the background. I saw a Mercedes fly into the wall. So yeah.
Some of these camera angles are shocking.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, I saw Luca spun out of turn 2 and went into the wall, and I think he's carrying some kind of wing damage.
Yeah, his half of his wing is missing completely, so he's going to have to pit for a bit. The battle continues between Vexit and Danny Co. Vexit getting the better of him now, but I think Danny Co got a better run out as they head down to the corkscrew. Vexit holding the position for now, P5.
Yep. It's actually allowing the front runners to escape from these guys a bit, because Danny and Vexit have been fighting the entire of this lap pretty much.
Yeah, and we got Spades out, so a second DNF there. You being the other one, Icewind.
Yep. So mine was expected, Spades' was not. Unfortunately, we've lost him in the race. Already on lap 2.
Yeah, so lap 3 coming up, and we've got DRS will be activated, and it is pretty key to this track. If you can run right behind the guy in front, you will get a good chance of overtaking him on this long start finish straight. As you see there, race control DRS is enabled. Justin Racer having a little look up the inside there, but yeah, too far back. And Blessed is out of the race. What happened to him?
No.
I think it was the final corner.
Crashed somewhere in the final corner.
It was the second last corner, yeah. Yeah.
It's the yeah, exactly, yeah. I saw his car into the wall there.
And look, indeed, is in the pits, gets a new front wing. He's back in P11. Probably will drop down another position or two.
Yep, onto the hard tires. So I don't know. It's possible to get to the end of the race, I guess, from there, but it's gonna be a
we've got a virtual safety car as well, Icewind.
Okay.
I just saw that as I saw a few cars going a bit slower. Pixel, just looking at Pixel at P9. He's going to have quite a few positions. Stays in the race, no damage, so in a reasonably good position. Actually, he's down 3 positions. So did he? Yeah, that's right. He started P6. Yeah, but I think he dropped back and he's made up a few positions from that start.
Yep. So Pixel's actually lost 3 positions from the start, but he's managed to get some ground back because he was all the way to 14 or something, I think.
Yeah.
So the biggest gainer in this start has been the guy in P8. It's Verrat. Good start by him, 6 positions up. And
yeah, we've got DRS enabled again.
Safety car is out as well.
Oh, and his far out is off.
Tape spins.
Oh, and he cuts his. He hits his teammate.
No, I think it was the other Renault Pixel he hit.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Just happened to be following him on the broadcast camera there, and yeah, he got it all wrong coming out of that corner. I think his tires maybe.
Commentator's curse. I was just saying how well he's done on the first lap. So
so he pulls in the pits and picks up a 5-second penalty.
Oh no!
So it's gone from
bad to worse.
From bad to worse, indeed. Yeah. So I'm going to take the camera off him and maybe take the curse off him.
Yeah, there's a massive battle on P2. Basically 4 cars, and Danny is about to enter that battle as well. So Keyboard Magnussen desperately trying to hold off these faster guys on better tires. And Cossi making his life really difficult at the moment. Vexit also trying to make a move on Justin, but there is just no space, so this is a very, very long DRS train now. And it's allowing Hagrid to get away with this race. He's 3 seconds in the clear already in the lead.
Ooh, and Cozzy is looking up the inside of Keeper Magnussen, but the next corner is a right-hand corner, and Cozzy's carrying a lot of speed in. He's almost pushing Keyboard through that corner. Ooh, and I think he cut that corner. Yeah, I think he got a warning.
That's gonna be some warnings for some people right there. But,
absolutely, yeah. And Justin Risser now is on the back of Cozzy, so this is good for Keeper Magnussen, buys him a bit of time, but this DRS train could well all be past him by the next turn. Ooh!
Yeah, I would have expected KB Mac to pit this lap, but he didn't. Yeah, is he actually going to be able to defend these guys? Yes, into turn 1. That's wondrous because he didn't get DRS. And, the positions are still unchanged actually, so Vexit was unable to make a move on Justin either. Trying to watch out all this action. There's 2 wide, 3 wide. Oh god, it's almost going to the back of Keyboard Magnussen, who's really struggling on those softs at this point in the race.
Yeah, he almost gets clipped by Cozzy there. I think he might have tapped his front wheel. Yeah. And both of them actually lost a lot of speed there. So Keyboard Magnussen is still fighting for that position, but Cozzy looks like he's got it done. And behind Vexit, holding the P4 position. Ooh, and it's tight for the corkscrew. Oh, again pushing him through the corner. Danny
and everybody except Cozzy gets DRS now.
Yeah, Danny Coe as well. He's part of this. He's just watching at the back, biding his time. I think he's 100% ERS, so he's loving this. He's just being patient and showing his experience.
Yeah, you can't really do anything there either way. So Danny's playing the wise game here, I think, and saving his tires. This is really letting Hagrid get away at the lead, though. He's dropped these guys by almost 2 seconds this lap. So Hagrid getting a bit of a freebie at the beginning of the race anyway. We'll see what the other guys can do once they clear Keyboard Magnussen, who pits now, and we'll see what tire he goes on.
Yeah, Danny Coe is going to go for a move on Justin Risser. Looks like he's going to get it done. He's going to go around the outside, and I think that is...
runs into the back of Vexit.
Yes! And there is damage, front end plate damage for Danny Coe. That is going to be terrible for him. It's a big factor in this type of race.
Yeah, it just looked like they suddenly braked even more, and Danny just had nowhere to go there basically. So very unlucky for Danny. Very unlucky for Danny, and now he's going to be struggling to hold onto this back with that front wing damage. And Keyboard Magnussen dropped the P9, and he went onto the medium tire. So he probably will do that tactic that I suspected in the quali already, so it's probably gonna be the shaking my head tactic. That is what I'm gonna guess anyway, and yeah, just saw Danny's front wing flying off on the stream. I've got it open on the other screen, so... oh no. It's gonna be interesting what Danny is actually gonna try and do here, because will he be able to hang on to the DRS? Is that like yellowing damage or what? What is that? If you're missing a front end plate, I think so.
Yeah, it's usually yellow. Sometimes you can get away with it, but I think this track, just because of the long kind of flowing corners, it really does cost you a lot. And Danny Coe is pitting, so he's probably going to go onto the hards, I would imagine.
Yep, you can get to the end from here on the hards, but it's you're not going to be able to push as much as the other guys. So Danny will get a bit of an undercut here, I would expect, but we'll see what he can do toward the end of the race on those tires.
Yeah, apologies to the viewers. My wife is just found out is uploading stuff on the other computer, so I've asked her please stop doing that because the stream is suffering horribly. So it should improve.
Okay.
Should improve now. But yes, where are we? Danny Coe comes out of the pit. He's in P9, so he is behind Keyboard Magnussen. He's 8 seconds behind him.
Yeah, that front wing change cost him quite a bit. So he's surprisingly far behind Keyboard Magnussen, though, is he? Isn't he? I don't know. So he Danny's lost around. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised he's that far off from Keyboard Magnussen, but okay. But I'm sure that Keyboard Magnussen will pit again. We know that for sure because on those mediums he will never get to the end of the race on a keyboard.
And I'm getting deja vu here. Wasn't Danny Coe behind Keyboard Magnussen in Australia, and he struggled to kind of catch him. I think Keyboard Magnussen was on the softer tire compound on that race too.
Yep, and Danny actually had a very similar situation in Australia. There he had to pit on lap 1, and he took those hards to the end of the race there. Here I think it is a little bit harder to do, but we'll see what Danny can manage.
Yeah, and Kazi is starting to move. He's starting to move backwards here. He's down to P3, and he's now under attack from Justin Racer.
Yep, Vexation's managed to make a little bit of a gap between them, and he's gonna try and get after Herskari now, who's got a bit of a free ticket at the first half of this race here, the 4.5 second lead. But now he's got Vexation behind him, and we'll see if he can make a dent into that lead. Oh, and just in that racer almost runs back of Kazi.
Yeah, it's so easy to do that, running the back of a car. You know, you've got a car right in front of you, and you've got your braking points picked out, and sometimes it's just easy just to miss that split second, you know, where you spot your braking point and overshoot. Or sometimes, you know, if you got a DRS open as well, you're not kind of like used to having that overspeed. So you got to be very careful if you're behind someone. Justin going very wide there as well. It didn't cost him too much time. It never does, but may have picked up a warning for that.
Yeah, and Justin really struggling on his ERS usage compared to these other guys. And Luca retires from the session, so I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I think it was just coming into sector 2.
Yeah.
Just before the corkscrew.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So, so there have only 11 drivers left in this race.
Oh, and Justin Racer gets past Kazi, so that was into, was that turn 1, turn 2 sequence? Yes, it was indeed, yeah. So he's made that move stick, and he's already got a bit of a lead, 0.5 seconds up the road from him. So Kazi is struggling on these medium tires. I'm
trying to have a look in this tire temps. They are maybe a little bit high, but not too bad, I think. So.
Yeah, I see it's like 100, about 100. Peaking about 110.
Drops down, so I don't think it's. I don't know. Maybe he's just not enjoying those medium tires as much.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of talk about Kazi. He was so dominant in the season 1, and I've seen him being dominant before, but this season, I don't know if the other guys have just improved massively. You see again there, Kazi making a big mistake, and I wonder if is he not practicing, or is he turned off on the assists, or what is factoring into this here? Again, he went in early for the corner, and almost got another warning.
Yeah, it's Kazi is definitely not having a good time on these mediums here, and I actually don't know. Is he an assist runner? I don't think so.
I have no idea. I thought he was racing line, one of those guys.
Okay, so maybe might be possible that he's dropped that, and I honestly don't know. I think he didn't he drive in EGL though? So I would expect that he's no assists. Maybe we'll ask him after the race. And there's actually a battle, by the way, in the background. Pixel and Bascadinho for P5.
Oh yes, Bascadinho right on the back of Pixel here. He had DRS, but yeah, not able to make a move just yet. Being patient, trying to store up that ERS. Pixel as kind of similar ERS stores. Bascadinho, oh!
Cuts across him a little bit there, Pixel, but these guys are just a little bit behind from the top 4 battle.
Oh, Bascadinho gets it all wrong. He broke too much and steered into a long skid. Didn't lose too much time there, so he is kind of lucky. Gets DRS DRS as well, yeah.
But he has to make that all that work again to catch up to Pixel. And, yep. Just looking at the gap between Keyboard Magnussen and Danny, and it sort of looks like a repeat from Australia, except this time we know that Keyboard Magnussen will have to pit again. So Danny is like slowly edging toward him. But Keyboard Magnussen will, I would expect him to pit for the hards, but we'll see what he chooses to do. He can of course choose to do another medium stuff, but yeah.
Cozzy in the pits, as is Pascadino. These two guys, I was noticing them struggling a bit on the traction on these. And Cozzy puts on hard tires, as does Pascadino.
So that's the one-stop strategy at work there, and I think they've tried to go for the undercut here, maybe because Cozzy was struggling and kind of dropping from just in that racer. So he's, we'll see what he can do here. He's got DRS from Keyboard Magnussen here, so pretty good timing for him. On the other hand, he's gonna be behind him in traffic. So I'd expect these other guys to pit within 2 laps as well in the lead of the race. I think I pitted lap 11 myself, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, so let's watch Hagrid if he's going to pit right now, because I reckon all the rest of these runners behind him will probably just match whatever he does, or maybe try and go for an undercut if he goes for another lap.
Yeah, and Vexation's got a free track ahead of him now, but he's not really made that much of an impression on Hagrid, who dives into the pits as I say that. So and Vexation behind him as well. Locks up. I thought he might have overshot that, but just about managed to slow it down. Hagrid's pit stop is done.
Just in that racer in P1, Pixel P2. And I think Hagrid is going to come out P3. Is he going to get that position? Yeah, he's got plenty of air there.
Keyboard Magnussen charging down the straight, and so these guys, Vexation and Hagrid, are going to be clear of Keyboard Magnussen and Cozzy now. Oh, Cozzy getting a bit of a tank slapper in out of turn 1, struggling to put that power down. It is a difficult corner, I know that. And it looks
so
like
much time that he made
just,
up there.
Yeah, it just looks like Cozzy is struggling on these tires as well, so maybe it's just not one of his better tracks, or he's, I don't know, maybe not put that much practice into this, because he's kind of struggling to hang on the back of Keyboard Magnussen. And does still manage to hang on to that DRS. But it's a bit of a surprise, and his teammate Danico on 4-lap older tires is behind him. And Danny is closing on these 2 guys up front, so looks like Danny's put the hammer down because he's caught up to them by 1.5 seconds this lap. And Danny, of course, is gonna be, I think, a little bit critical with tire wear with those 5-lap old hards, because he has to get another 16 laps out of them. Just in that racer and Pixel pitting as well.
Yeah, Justin Aracer is coming on P3, it looks like, with Vexa just ahead and Hagrid just a little bit down the road. Danico with a fast lap off the race, 131.7, so he's been the hammer down. He's up into P6 as Pixel pulls out behind him from the pits.
Yeah, so Danny's managed to jump Pixel at least in the pits here. Both Pixel and Bascodino actually, so Danny's definitely decided that he's not going to wait for anybody else in this race anymore. We'll see what I can do with this. Oh, and Bronx also off.
I think he
somewhere.
I think he might have retired in the pits, maybe. No, it's DNF. So it's
yellow flag sector 3, it says. Somewhere there. We have green flag again, so no safety car, no virtual safety car, which is always good, I think. We don't want it to do. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's good to get some action into the race, but yep. So we have 10 cars remaining. If you finish, you're gonna get points.
If you're finished, did you say if you're finished, you're gonna get points?
If you finish, don't worry about my pronunciation.
I thought it was a pun, an unintended
Uh,
pun.
I don't know.
It's usually the way anyway. If you're finished, you usually do get points because you're
Yeah, but
usually
Bronx
bloody
is
fast.
finished and he didn't finish, so.
Danico another fast lap one, 31.6. He is putting the hammer down rightly here as he is getting closer and closer to Kazi,
Oh,
who
Keyboard
himself.
Magnuson getting a bit of a tank slapper in turn 1 and or whatever you call that on a keyboard. But because he was really close to him on the main straight, but still unable to pass him. And Keyboard Magnuson, of course, still has to pit, and it's gonna drop him quite far down the field, I think, all the way to P9, I think.
Yeah, he's guaranteed points as long as he finishes here.
Yep.
But yeah, P9, P8 maybe. He's gonna have the. Imagine he's gonna have a medium or soft tire run at the end, so maybe we can do some damage.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting to actually take the hards because I know that this truck is really, really rough on the keyboard.
I'm just following Kazi here, this battle between him and Keeper Magnuson. Kazi taking a lot, he's using all the track, which is, yeah, it's interesting to see that. He's obviously trying to get the best run out. He realizes that through this mid-sector, there's not really much opportunity to overtake apart from the DRS straight, and it's really about getting a good run out of this penultimate corner on the start-finish straight, and I think he's done just that. He's very, very close behind Keeper Magnuson. It's going to be his best chance to date to pass him. People are going a bit defensive. Is he moving over the right? He keeps the door open just enough for Kazi to put it down the inside, and they go too wide into turn 1. And it's such a tricky one, and you can get your nose chopped off here in turn 2, but yeah, Kazi gets the move done. Keeper Magnuson being very sensible there, and Kazi defending hard into the next corner with.
Danny's loving this.
Yeah, once again. Oh, and he's down the inside of Keeper Magnuson. He thought about it. These guys are running very tight together. Need to be very careful. And Danny again tries to slip down the inside.
Oh, and it's a bit of a slide Danny there as well, and this is actually allowing Pixel to also catch up to this this pack here, this battling. And, oh, Keyboard Magnuson gets it wrong. The corkscrew.
Yeah, I think he got a good run out though, and Danny could DRS open, but Keeper Magnuson as well, and yeah, Keeper Magnuson struggling on that corner. He's really good on the exits, but the actual braking for the corner, he kind of loses a bit of momentum there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I think Hardside is gonna consider pitting soon. It looks like he's struggling on those tires big time. Still gonna get DRS here. And he will.
Is it a dummy? No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look how close Pixel is to Danico right now. 0.2 with DRS. Both of them have DRS, so Pixel going down the inside, late lunge. Whoa! Yikes!
Whoa, that was almost disaster, but they both survived. They all survived. He almost hit the back of Kazi there with that dive, but just about manages to stop the car, and Danny also manages to avoid him.
Yeah, it was a Toro Rosso sandwich there, but thankfully no one got hurt.
Yep. And Danny right in the back of his teammate Kazi now, and Pixel trying to get some of this action here as well. This is a great battle for P4 it is, yeah. So.
Yeah, this is where the action is, because up front you got Ascari, and he's built up a 5-second lead, so he is increasing that lead over Vexit. And Justin Racer keeping Vexit on us, 2.7 behind in P3. Oh, and Kazi.
Danny makes a move.
Yeah, Kazi gets passed by Danny Ko. I wonder if that was team orders maybe, or a bit of teamwork there.
Yep, Danny is gonna be under pressure here though on the main straight with because he's not gonna get DRS, so he needs a very good exit here. Versus these other two cars, and he does kind of get it there. So we'll see what he can do. Final corner, and he's very careful to put the power down. I think he might be just too far ahead to defend.
Yeah, Kazi guarding the inside line from Pixel here. It looks like he's going to put another move on. Hopefully not a late lunge like the last time around.
Oh,
there was contact, but surprisingly no one got hurt.
And no damage either, so that's lucky.
And Kazi trying to force Pixel to take a really narrow line into this corner, and both make it round successfully. Kazi managing just to stay ahead somehow, some way, somehow.
Yeah, and Kazi really doing a big favor his teammate Danny here, defending that position. So Danny desperately trying to break that DRS from his teammate Kazi, and not quite able to do it. 0.8 seconds. So Kazi will have DRS on the back straight here. And Pixel, it's gonna be close.
Yeah, Kazi's running very large amounts of ERS at the minute. He's stored it right up to 95%, so he's pretty much running at full capacity on his ERS. So now is a good time to start using that up, I guess, and stealing it back at Danny Co and get that DRS.
Oh, Danny gets a bit of a slide out of that corner.
Nice save, Danny. He just caught the end of that one.
Danny's got just over 1 second on Kazi, so he might have just been able to break DRS on the main straight to Kazi. That means Kazi will be under pressure from Pixel here.
Yep, indeed he will. Look at that run already. DRS is open for Pixel. He's down the inside, and this is going to be one and done before the corner even approaches.
Yep. Pixel makes that move stick into turn 1. Easy DRS pass for him. And he's eager to catch Danny Co again, who is on those very old tires right now. And it's a small lull in this action here. Keyboard Magnussen at the back actually, so he pitted for the hards as I suspected, and he's running in P9. But I think he will still be happy for any kind of points from this track, because this is definitely a very difficult track to manage on the keyboard. We'll look at the penalties quickly. So it's absolutely nothing as I would kind of expect. This is a track where you simply just can't pick up penalties pretty much. So Justin is the only guy in top 6 who actually has a penalty. He has 3 seconds. And Kazi, just as I say that, picks up one. So
right on
curse once again.
Yeah, right on cue. He must have heard you.
Pixel's actually caught up to Danny now. He's gonna get DRS on the main straight, and Danny's gonna be in trouble with those old hards on the. And Pixel also sets the fastest lap of the race, 30.9. Has a little look on the inside. Lets Danny know he's there.
Pixel's showing great pace right now. He's really coming to his life of his own this race for Pixel. P5 at the minute, but he's hunting down Danny here and putting a lot of pressure on, and it looks like he may get him if he can just stay tight to him as they get to the start-finish straight.
Yep. He needs to be a little bit closer than he was last lap, but he might just get it. We'll see. Pixel, of course, has a big tire delta on Danny here. 6 laps younger tires. Kazi behind them still seems to be struggling a bit because he's fallen out of DRS now. So and Kazi, is it just me or is he on really high ERS? So he's not really. I would expect him to start deploying to keep up to these guys up ahead.
Yeah, I see him kind of using it intermittently. You know, 1 up to 4 there as he went into a corner, which is a bit unusual. Back up to 4 now. This is where you really want to use it, is on these straights. Yep,
and so now he's just falling away out of this DRS range, and Pixel is very close to Danny on this main straight now. On the outside, tries to outbrake Danny on the outside, but I think Danny, he let him go? Not really, so they're still side by side, but which one of them actually gets DRS for this straight? It's Danny. Danny tries to get back to Pixel.
I think he's going to go down the inside, and he does. He sends it down the inside, and what a move from Danny boy.
Very great. So on those old tires and not even locking up, so that was, I want to say that Bants level brake control. He's very good on
Oh,
brakes.
and I think Bascadino's had an issue at the back there. He's dropped the position.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think saw yellow flags there. No damage on the car that I can see. But
Yep,
yeah,
Keyboard Magnussen has caught up to him by almost 10 seconds on this lap.
Grassy Joe's in the pits
So.
as well, so he's had an issue back there. But we're running here with Pixel and Danico as they head down towards turn number 18.
Yep. Great defending by Danny so far, considering he's on those much older tires. I would be interested to see what the wear percentages are for Danny at this point in the race. He's been on those tires since lap 7 or something like that, I think. Pixel a little further back this time, but I think close enough to try and make a move here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but maybe he's got a good closing in speed here. But yeah, he thinks better of doing another lunge because he knows what happened last time. Oh, and he does tap Danny. And I don't think there's any damage there. No, I don't see any in the car.
No, I don't think so either. Danny goes really defensive. He doesn't really have to do that, but does it anyway. So this is the greatest scrap on the track at the moment, I would say. Pascadinho pretty close to head his debut as well. But Pixel 0.5 behind Danny. Danny is so far managed to defend this quite well. Very surprised that he's managed to do that with those tires. Oh, Corsa at the back. See him swerve a bit across the track. And, yeah. Pixel once again closer to Danny, 0.3. I think we're gonna see an overtake attempt on the main straight this lap again.
Yeah, I think so. As long as Pixel can get a very good exit from here, from the last corner.
Yep.
Which is easier said than done. You know, you just want to get on the track or on the power, you know, early. And I think Pixel's going to get this done before the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, he's passed him by the start-finish line and into the heavy braking zone. Is Danico going to try and get that move back? He cannot do anything about it as Pixel is taking the racing line, and there's not much Danny can do about that. Pixel going defensive immediately as they exit the last corner there, and Pixel's got that position. P4, nicely done.
Yep. Was about time for him to do that, so I'm just gonna have a look at the warning. So Danny, they're both on 2 warnings actually, so they're warning away from a penalty, both of them. So that might be something to look forward to or look into at the end of the race. Look forward to, that's not what I want to say, whatever.
Yeah, Bascadino, I'm watching that gap as well. It was 1.6 and it's pretty much around there right now after a few laps. Yeah, 1.6 did head of David.
I guess one thing to watch out here is Justin has 1 penalty, so he needs. Okay, so he's got about a 3-second buffer to do keep his P3 for now. Vexit's actually closed on the gap a little bit on Hagrid. Only 3.5. It was 5 seconds a few laps ago. So something to keep an eye on. And Pixel sets the fastest lap of the race. 30.7. Danny trying to hang on to that DRS. It's not going to be easy with those tires. 16 laps old already. And he still needs to get another 6 laps out of them.
Yeah, this race isn't over yet. We've got 6 laps left on the board, but Vexit, yeah, that gap is 3.2, and it's a comfortable gap, but it's not one you want to get too comfortable with. You make the slightest mistake, have a little bit of a incident, and it's yeah, Vex is going to be on your case pretty quickly.
Yeah, we remember from last week that Vexit was pretty much in a similar situation to Hagrid in the lead of the race in Australia, and then he spun on whatever it was, 5 or 6 laps from the end, and Black Cruiser managed to overtake him. So Vexit's trying to put that pressure down on Herskari, who is running more ERS at the moment. So yeah, Herskari might just be guarding his position at the moment too. Just in that racer, running in P3. He's so I'm just looking at the gap to Pixel. So Pixel's managed to start bringing that gap down a little bit to Justin, and Justin needs that 3 seconds to Pixel in order to keep his P3. And at the back you can actually see them. So Pixel and Danny. Danny's still hanging onto that DRS well. Those 17 lap old hards.
Yeah, and that's allowing him to pull away from his teammate Kazi. Just maintaining that DRS. He almost slipped out of it once, but was able to get it back before the start finish straight on the last lap.
Yep, and Danny does have quite a lot of ERS here as well, so maybe he's thinking about mounting a challenge here on the final lap still, even though those tires are probably seen or have seen better days. But he's still in that DRS range, just about 0.9. Is there something else we can see up the field? So, or down the field rather, I see Pascodinho. He keeps getting to like within 1 second of Hedis Davy and then dropping back to 1.5 seconds. So it's Pascodinho also maybe struggling a little bit on those hard tires. Keyboard Magnussen also not really making an advantage on him either. And Danny's still in DRS range on the main straight, just about. I think it was like 0.998 or something.
Yeah, these gaps are pretty much well maintained at the moment. Not really seeing any big gains from anybody.
Yep. So Danny, of course, he wants to put that pressure down on Pixel, because if Pixel picks up a penalty, that's a position for Danny. But he also has to, Danny has to be careful because he's also on 2 warnings. So race is not over still. Herskari putting the foot down a little bit now. He's dropped vexation by about a half a second this lap. So Herskari might have just been conserving a little bit and now just deploying a bit of ERS again once he saw that vexation was getting a bit closer. And looks like that 3.7 second gap at the lead of the race is at the moment enough anyway. Danny 0.6 behind Pixel, so he's Danny's doing a brilliant job on those old tires, hanging on to this toe by Pixel.
Yeah, he's found some new life in them somehow, and he's very close behind Pixel here. I wonder if he could mount a challenge here with DRS.
Only 0.4 down, 0.3. Danny, is he gonna send one up the inside into turn 1? I think he might be just too far back to do that, so thinks better of it on this occasion.
Nice.
And into the other DRS section here, and I think no, Danny's too far back to do anything about it for this turn 4. Is it turn 4? Turn 3, whatever. Terra Incognita is so much better at saying the turn numbers correctly than I am.
I think the trick is just to be confident about it, even if you're wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
Pixel! Oh, Pixel did make a mistake.
Yep.
He got on the curb, and yeah, the car got loose. I don't think he might have lost it, but he somehow saved it. But that's Danny Coe's closed up massively. 0.5 is now the gap as they head into this second DRS zone.
Danny on much more ERS battery power as well. So I'm impressed that he's actually managed to hold on to this this toe with those tires, because they're almost 20 laps old, and Pixel has almost 6 or 7 laps older, younger tires. And Vexit has left the session. What's happened there? Oh no, he's
Oh my word, this is gonna be tight. This really throws a spanner in the works.
Oh, I can't invite him because he's not on my friend list.
Oh no, I wonder if I have him. Oh, I'll just check. No, I do not have him. Oh man.
Justin, that racer has almost closed up that gap already. So that's disaster for Vexation. He's 3 laps from the finish and he apparently disconnected from the game or had a crash or something. Not sure what's happened, but
And Justin Risser does get past him, made easy work of that. As you can see, Vex's car is ghosted as he disconnected from the session and probably is not able to get back in.
Yeah, he's saying his game has crashed in the chat, but unfortunately I can't. He's not on my friend list, so I can't throw him an invite. Or is he on my friend list actually? Yeah, he is, but I don't have an invite button.
Yeah, that's strange that. I'm not sure why that doesn't give you that option.
I have invite to watch, but that's not really gonna help much, is it?
Just rub it in.
Yeah. Oh no.
So
it's heartbreaking to see. So I don't know. Vexation might actually lose his podium spot here as well at this rate. So
yeah, Pixel is bearing down on him pretty fast, as is Danny Coe, and this means Danny Coe is in with a sniff of a podium finish here if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, that's right. So Danny has 2 laps to make this work. Pixel runs a little bit wide in the final corner there. So allows Danny to get a little bit closer again. And,
yeah, Vex is actually in the pits. His car is pitted.
Oh.
It goes from bad to worse. AI often does that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really stupid thing. Well,
that's a Ferrari strategist at play there.
Yep. So we are 2 laps from the finish. Let's pit for fresh tires, guys. Shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's just.
Yeah, well, there's a saying we have over here: if you don't laugh, you cry. So, oh, Vex has joined again. He's in, and he's on soft tires, but he's way too far back. It's
probably gonna pick up the fastest lap of the race at least or something, but he's 13 seconds from Cosi in P6. Keyboard Magnussen actually also puts those softs on.
Okay, so it's a shootout for fastest lap, and it's also a shootout for the last podium position here, P3. Pixel currently in the lead of that battle, but Danny Coe 0.8 behind. Danny Coe, he's able to maintain that gap, but he just isn't able to just get close enough to mount a challenge when it matters. Unless he's...
Yeah, I think those tires are just a little bit too gone for Danny. 21 laps and another lap to go. Sky sets the fastest lap of the race, but I think these soft runs at the back are gonna grab that in a little while.
Pixel 32 ERS and Danny Coe with 70%. He's now in overtake mode. He doesn't get DRS. Oh, he does. He gets DRS, yeah. But it's yeah, as you say, it's far too far back, and yeah, he's gonna really. And he almost lost it coming out of the turn 1 there. Just the car wanted to rotate a bit too much for him there.
Yeah, just trying to look that he didn't get a punctured. It's not the case. So Danny just, I guess because he's now fallen off the DRS range, he just has to get the car home on this lap and grab this P4. That's the best he can do here today. So good effort by Danny. 22 laps on, or 23 laps soon on those hards, and almost on the podium with a little bit of bad luck from, well, not a little bit either, but a lot of bad luck from Vexation today.
Yeah, so let's show off his Scary as he comes through the penultimate corner on his way to victory in VRL. It's run to Bahrain, and he's pretty much dominated this race from start to finish. He hasn't really had to fight with anybody for this position. He's just kept his head down and he's weaving as he crosses the line. He's obviously very happy about this one, and he makes it P1 from pole position. Great race from the Scary. Just behind Justin Racer P2 then, and the Merc picks that up as Vexit obviously disconnected there in the down laps of the race. Pixel P3 right behind Danny Coe P4 on those 23 lap old tires. Good job from him. I would like to know how what percentage is on his tires right now. Cosi P5 So the Toro Rosso
Session
boys.
about to grab the fastest lap here. Across the line, it's gonna be a 29 something, I think, 29.1. So that's pretty dominant fastest lap. Very unlucky for Vexation to disconnect 3 laps from the finish. We don't like to see that, of course. So feel sorry for the guy. Pascodinho has left the session as well. Oh, he's across the line, so yeah.
He picks up P8, and then Keyboard's just coming down to the final corner. He's on his soft tire, so he's probably put in a pretty hot lap here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Take that fast lap away from Vexit.
Nope, no. 30.3, so it's his fastest lap, of course, but Keyboard Magazine down in P9. Couple of points for him anyway, so not too bad from him, I guess. Because I know this track is very difficult on the keyboard. Yep, and there we go. And Vexation saying in chat, can someone please give more bad luck? So looks like that Ferrari is cursed, as we think we discussed about it last week.
Yeah, just like really, real life, just like real life.
Yeah, it's a real shame to see that.
So if any of the drivers would like to join us in the commentary booth, please make yourself available in the waiting lounge and we'll drag you in. I'm not sure after that race. I think plenty of the guys had a pretty stinking race, especially Vexit. I wonder if his Scaries. I wonder if his Scaries about. I would have a word with him. I'll send him a wee message.
Yep. Had 15 drivers start the race, but 10 people got to the finish. So anybody who finished got points today. So kind of the same situation as in Australia. So there we had only 8 people finish the race.
Yep. And
Scary with a pretty commanding win, 10 seconds on Justin that racer, but good race from Justin as well.
Yeah, and we actually have Justin in the waiting lounge, so I'm going to bring him in here for an interview. So we have Justin that racer with us on the stream. Where we were just talking about you, just saying, yeah, you had a pretty decent race there. You know, you were P3 for most of it. Had to fight hard in the initial laps, and then in the last few laps, you saw what happened. A bit of bad luck for Vexit, but kind of his misfortune's your fortune, and you get P2. So a bit unexpected. So yeah, just how do you feel about your race? How did it go for you?
Well, I feel great, honestly, because you know, this is my first actual podium where I didn't have to win thanks to penalties. Being in 3rd place for most of the race, I thought, you know, I'll settle in P3. And then when I saw Vexit ultimately having the bad luck, I just, you know, took advantage and got the 2nd place. It's some good points, and I'm really happy about this.
Good job. I don't think I have anything special. Chief, do you have something else to ask just in here? But
yeah, we were kind of
happy to see you on podium because you've had some bad luck as well in the past. So yeah, nice.
Yeah, you kind of, when you're in P3, you were maintaining that gap to P2. We're kind of keeping an eye on that, but I think everybody was just kind of found their groove, and then I was just, you know, kept those gaps kind of maintained throughout. But yeah, I mean, what was the thoughts on for your head when you saw the message Vexit has left the session?
Well, I was ultimately really happy because I knew it would be the extra points.
Yeah.
It's disappointing in a way for him and ultimately for me as well because, well, not really for me, but for him mostly because I see we're keeping the same gap of roughly 4.5 seconds and behind me a gap of 6 seconds. And losing out to, you know, a crash must really suck for him. But I guess I'll take it, so...
Yeah, you should take what you get, of course. That's my motto as well. So
yeah, it is what it is, and roll with the punches, and sometimes it goes your way and sometimes not. So just today went your way, so yeah, just take it. And P2 kept it tidy for the most of the racing. You picked up 1 penalty, but yeah, you had enough gap behind you to not have to worry about that, and yeah, pick up a load of points for Mercedes. So Yeah, on to the next one. How are you in Baku?
It's
Is
actually
it not
China
China?
for them,
Okay.
isn't? Yep.
Oh, China. Okay, yes, you. Oh, yes, right, China. Yes, right. Sorry, I'm an old man. I often get things muddled up, so that's why Icewind's here to keep me right.
No, but
But
it's Justin is racing Baku as well this week, isn't he? In 2SRL Tier 2,
oh,
I
yeah,
think.
that's
Yep.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So you're partially right.
Yeah. So China then. How are you in China?
Not looking forward to it at all. I'm terrible at China, and I'm not really big fan of a track. So I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, we just had that race in SLR, and I have to say, I'm not a fan of it either. I don't think Icewind is.
No.
Yeah. So,
uh,
Justin, thanks for joining us on stream. Appreciate it. We will move you back into the waiting lounge, and hopefully, we'll maybe not speak to you at China by the sounds of it, but maybe at Baku then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, man. Take it easy.
See you.
Bye. We've got Vexation and Hiscari. What do you
look
reckon?
at the race winner quickly.
Yeah, let's go for it. Hello, Scary. How are you doing, my man? You're joining us in the commentary booth. It's myself and Icewind, obviously. We just watched your race, your pole to victory race. Yeah, I'll shut up. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, it was really nice race. I had much more pace than I expected, and didn't really practice at all because I almost forgot the whole race. So I'm really happy with my result, and it was pretty much domination. Like after first lap, I was just all alone all the race.
Yep, your teammate Keyboard Magnuson did a good job holding up the other guys a little bit, and you managed to create that 4-second gap there, and then you just pretty much kept it till the end. So good job there, and
Yeah.
also a pretty good quali lap, I would say. 27.8 is not too bad on mediums on this track.
Yeah, I was surprised as well when I was going to the medium lap and I saw that I need to get 1 second better to get the pole. I was like, there's no chance I'm gonna get 1 second off from my tie, but I did.
Yep.
And I'm happy.
And good practice for LOR. Are you racing on Saturday as well?
Yeah, I am.
Yep.
Yes.
So good practice for that.
Yeah.
Chief, do we have anything else to?
Yeah, I was just saying to Justin, we've got China next. I thought it was Baku, but it's actually China, and yeah, a lot of drivers are not a fan of China. What's your take on it? Are you good at it? Or is it one of your strong tracks, or no?
Well, I'm not sure if it's my strongest tracks, but I like the track. I really like it. Even more if it rains, it's really fun track to drive. I like it.
Yep. Okay, well, we'll hopefully see Light Cruiser join us again for next race and be able to mix it up and give you a bit of competition at the front there. But yes, great win from yourself. Congratulations, and we'll hopefully see you on track next week then.
Yeah, surely. I'm going to be next week as well.
Thanks, mate. Speak to you soon, okay?
Yeah, soon. Bye.
Yes, so let's bring in Mr. Vexation. Commiserations, my man. Yeah, it was a bit of an unfortunate one. You were doing pretty good there, P2 for most of the race, and obviously you had the big disconnect and then couldn't get back in. And then your AI, just to rub salt in the wound, pitted you for softs, which you made the best out of. To be honest with you, you just you went and set the fastest lap, so picked up another point to add the P6. So damage limitation from you. Disappointing. You're in a Ferrari. It seems you're cursed. What is your take
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah, just like Ruben. um, but yeah, with the game crash, it was just so frustrating, and at the time, I just like didn't really want to join back. It was just like, why do I like bother? Like, I always like sometimes get like whenever I get a game crash, it's when I'm doing well, and then yeah, whenever I'm having a torrid day, my game runs super smooth and like perfectly. So that's annoying, but yeah.
It must be your computer just can't handle it when you go fast, so
Yeah,
you have to go a bit slower.
yeah,
Just settle for P3 next time.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, it's devastating. Like, I mean, it's like, if you're running that high up and you're kind of like clearly going to get P2 and potentially P1 if the guy ahead has an incident, and for
yeah,
that to happen yeah, it's terrible. So I do feel for you, mate.
yeah,
But yeah, I would just say try not to get too down about it and just
yeah,
yeah, on to the next one. It's China next, and we've seen you throughout the season. You're one of the faster guys in this VRL, and you're always up the front. And
Mm.
how do you feel about China?
Um, it's not one of my best tracks, but it's not one of my worst tracks. Kind of like this one, but a little bit better. Because in another one of the leagues I do, well, it was a fairly easy race, but like not that easy. But like it's hard to explain. It's an on and off track, but most of the times it's good. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's next week then. So,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, how do you go about? How do you approach the races? Do you put in a lot of practice in, or do you show up and drive?
Um, so I it depends on my mood really. Like um, for this one I didn't like really have a lot of time to practice, but I was trying to do as much as I can to like get ready, but quite a lot of the time I practice like 1 or 2 days before the race just to like get a feel of the track, the strategy, everything like that. For this one, I probably didn't do enough practice, and towards the end, I will admit my tires were starting to go off. I think I had before my game crashed. I think I had around 61, 62% with like 4 laps to go. So it was going to be pretty tight. So yeah, um, yeah. Just to answer your question directly, it depends. You know?
Yeah, I know it's weird sim racing. Whenever you kind of sometimes you go into a race and you put like loads of practice in, and you just have a terrible race, and then another one you might just show up with a few laps, and for some
Yeah,
reason you just get into the groove straight away, and you feel comfortable, and yeah. So hopefully, well, I'm just thinking as well. You have a teammate is from last season was Ingenio. I think I asked you
yeah.
before, but he's not racing anymore, no?
He said, I don't know if he was saying this jokingly, but he said he's probably gonna come back for the crap tracks because that's probably where like Monaco and Baku, because that's more likely where he's gonna get a really strong result, like P2 or well, obviously a win would be nice. But yeah, he said he's gonna probably gonna come back for a couple of those. Whether he said it jokingly or not, then yeah, that's
Well,
for him to decide.
Well, you can pass on a message from me and Icewind. We want to see him on track because he gave us some
Yeah,
really good
definitely.
battles last season, and you guys were great teammates, and maybe he can lift that curse for you.
Yeah,
uh,
hopefully it didn't.
yeah,
What
he
was
might
it
be your lucky
last
charm.
season? What was it, Ruben from last season?
Just get him to drive that Ferrari that you drove today somewhere.
Yeah, I mean he is a Ferrari fan and he really like kind of likes the car. He's a massive Vettel fan, so he probably actually quite like it. But yeah,
Yeah, well, as I say, tell him that we want to see him on track again soon, and I'm gonna move you back into win lounge. So thank you very much for joining us on stream. There's one more guy we would like to speak to, and it's Danny Co of Gammonville. How are you, sir? Yes. So let me get this straight, right? How do you think you would have done in this race if you did not have front wing damage and had to pit early? Do you think you could have won this one potentially?
Potentially.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling. I saw you posting in chat there. Um, yeah, and we were kind of gearing you up as well. We're like, he's in a really good position, blah blah blah. We're trying not to be biased, but we always kind of root for you. But then
Yep.
we saw that you pick up that damage, and then we kind of knew at that point, that's gonna really damage your chances here. So I think, you got P4 in the end, and that was another great recovery drive. But yeah, I think we've yet to see the true Danico in the VRL this season.
Yeah.
Never know. China, maybe China's your track.
Oh, no chance.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know.
Probably Spain.
Probably Spain. So usually the tracks that you think you're gonna do rubbish on, you're not too bad on, or you kind of outperform yourself. But yeah, I mean, like you were in the thick of the action at the first stint of the race. Just talk us through that battle because it seemed like you were hanging back and you were happy enough just to let those guys fight out for a bit.
I was just waiting for, I don't know, one of them to do something. I don't know what it would be, but I was just waiting for the moment. And it came eventually, but it turned out it was going to be me. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, well.
unlucky. So you had a kind of a similar race to Australia. So I saw you posted a picture in the chat. So 80% on the back tires. That's in the puncture range.
It is. I was like, I got to like lap 22. I just said to myself, fuck it, I just keep going.
Yeah, but you actually did hold on very well to Pixel, who was on 7 lap younger tires or something like that, and you just dropped from him on the final lap of the race where you made a one mistake, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. Coming out of the first turn,
Yep.
my rear left literally just gave up.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's what it looks like on the picture as well, 80%. So yeah.
And then I just couldn't get back. I was, in a way, scared to put ERS to haul up on an exit of a corner because I just knew one more wheel spin and it's popped.
Yep. So yeah, at least I hope that we would see a luckier Danico in China. So been a bit unlucky for you these first 2 races. So
Yeah.
Yep. Still finished and some points for you again. So one better than last week, right? So you were
Yes.
5th and today 4th.
Yeah. Hopefully all these points come good eventually.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's sure they will all matter at the end of the season. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a long season, yeah. So consistent high finishes are definitely going to go in your favor, and I think a few drivers are kind of saying that they're having a bad run. So as you know
I
yourself,
don't think you're gonna be. Sorry, Chief. I don't think Danny's gonna be too far off the lead because Light Cruiser didn't race today, so he had 26 points from the first race, and Danny's gonna have 22. No.
Yeah.
And Vexation is gonna have, what is it gonna be, 27 or something? So I think it's a very close field up there.
Yeah. Just a shame we can't all race together. It's like one person's together and then
Yep.
no, one's out front and then there's just a group. Just seems to be the lucky person getting it on pole and then breaking away.
Yep. And this time it was Herskari who sort of managed to escape when Keyboard Magnusson was holding the rest of you guys up, and yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I saw you posted in the stream chat. You bottled it in quali because we saw you doing the long run, a few runs on the hard tire, and then you switched to the softs. But what happened?
I think on the mediums lap I messed up the start of the second sector, so like the S section, and it cost me God knows how much time. So yeah, ruined the momentum the rest of the sector and all that. And I think maybe turn 4 maybe missed that one. So
yeah, there's a few corners in this track where it's critical to get them right, or you like get a good exit from the final corner, especially, and it's going to cost you a lot of time and stuff. And it's terrible when you're in the middle of a lap and you know how much it's going to mean in terms of race position. When you hit those green lights. Yeah, it's just I know that feeling probably a lot better than you. But yeah, I mean, good recovery drive. I wouldn't be too down about it. A lot of positives to take from this one, and as we said there, consistent kind of top half of the table finishes, and you're probably P3 or P4 at least.
Yeah.
In the standings already. So and your teammate Kazi finished right behind you today. So some good points for Toro.
Finally.
Yep. I was gonna say about Kazi, we kind of talked about it in stream, but is he struggling this season for some reason? Is there a reason behind that, or?
I just don't think he gets enough time to practice anymore.
Right.
So
Yeah, because
a little effect.
we're seeing him making mistakes that you wouldn't usually see from him. You know, he's usually storming away at the front. But I think he just lacks just a little bit of pace right now. But he probably get better as the season progresses, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think he's just not motivated to practice as much as he used to.
Yeah.
Which I don't really blame him. It's getting to the tail end of the game now.
Hey, now, hey, what you say there?
I'm just saying. It's what most people think.
Right.
Yeah, well, still.
We're gonna end the stream there, guys. Danny's gonna get a kicking. No, I mean we are actually gearing up. We're getting to that period, you know, where you're probably start gonna hear a wee bit of news about the new game, and the hype will begin there. But yeah, we have a few seasons to play out yet on this one, so yeah, we're stuck with it for the meantime. But yeah, it's producing some great races. Maybe today was a wee bit. It wasn't quite the races we've had come to expect in VRL, but yeah, it was enjoyable nonetheless. And I think that's about it. Ice, have you any final thoughts?
Nope, some good battles still today, but of course we would like to see more cars finish the race. So maybe think there might be a couple of reports again from today and from lap 1. There was a lot of carnage. So
I got into turn 1. I need to see who it was.
yeah, so I don't know. I still enjoyed doing the comms. Hopefully, whoever was listening enjoyed a little bit of it as well. So possibly see you next week again.
Yes. Thanks everybody for watching. And Danny, I'm gonna let you have the final word. And by that I mean I want you to say one word, and you know what the word is. Okay.